All right, so in this video, we're gonna discuss the symptom of excessive thirst, okay? Now, the first thing I wanna say is that a lot of people are drinking water just out of a habit. Either they've been told to drink a lot of water or it's just a natural thing they're doing, but they're not really thirsty. And that could be a problem if you're drinking a gallon of water or more, you're not exercising, you may develop something called hyponatremia, which is a situation where you have low sodium in the body. Think about this. When you're drinking all this water without electrolytes and without salt, you're actually diluting sodium. So you're creating a sodium deficiency, and that can set you up for all sorts of issues. So number one, just drink when you're thirsty, okay? And of course, if you're exercising, you're going to be drinking a lot more. Number two, and this is probably the most common reason why someone has excessive thirst. They have diabetes, or they're pre-diabetic, or they have blood sugar issues because they have insulin resistance. Realize this, wherever the sugar goes, the water follows. So if you have all this sugar in your body and it's going into your bloodstream and it's going out of the bloodstream and then it's going to go out through the kidney and be filtered out, guess what? Water is going to go with it. If you have either diabetes or you're consuming a lot of sugar, typically what's going to happen, you're going to lose more water, and that's going to trigger something in your brain that tells you to drink more. Diabetics are usually thirstier and they're peeing more. Now, we're talking about diabetes mellitus, okay? There's another type of diabetes called insipidus. This is a situation where you're very, very thirsty all the time, especially for like cold water or ice water, and you're peeing a lot, and that could be very damaging to the body because you're going to get really dehydrated. But this mechanism is different than this right here. This could be a problem with a tumor in your pituitary gland. It could be a problem with the kidney. It's just a different mechanism. Number three, if you're low in potassium, let's say, for example, you don't eat vegetables, you don't like them, you don't eat them, or you're not taking a potassium supplement, that alone can cause excessive thirst. And then, of course, if you have high sodium in the diet, high salt diet, low potassium, you're going to be a lot more thirsty. And also if you're consuming foods with hidden sodium, as in monosodium glutamate, and that's in all the fast food. But potassium and sodium work together. And usually if you're doing high sodium, you're going to have low potassium. If you have low potassium, you're going to have a higher ratio of high sodium, and the combination of both of these are going to give you more of a sensation of thirst. Number five, certain drugs will create excessive thirst. Diuretics especially, steroids, psych drugs, and there's many others. Number six, if you have higher amounts of calcium in the blood, it's called hypercalcemia. This condition will trigger similar effects to diabetes, excessive thirst, as well as increased urination. One rare cause would be having cancer, or you may have what's called hyperparathyroidism. The parathyroid gland, you have four of them. They're located right behind the thyroid. If there's a little tumor on one of them, that can create a situation where your calcium goes up. If you're taking lithium, that can cause high calcium. And if you're also taking a very large amount of vitamin D, that potentially could cause high amounts of calcium. But realize that you would have to take probably over 100,000 IUs of vitamin D over a good amount of time. It's not very common if you're taking normal doses of vitamin D. And I put some information down below if you're concerned about that, because sometimes people think if you're going to take even 20,000 IUs or 30,000 IUs of vitamin D, that's going to create hypercalcemia, but it's really not. So I want you to get the data on that. So this is what you need to do. Drink when you're thirsty. Make sure you're getting enough sea salt in the diet, but not to overdo it. 1 teaspoon would be sufficient. You put that within your meal through the day, and then you're good to go. And the lower the amount of carbohydrates in the diet, the more salt that you need. Okay? Also, having a low-carb diet can help you with the thirst. Why is that? Because higher amounts of carbohydrate turn into this, which cause this. And lastly, having enough potassium in your diet. That will create more hydration and help balance out the sodium and reduce the thirst. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you shortly in the next video. So I just spent the last 2 months creating this amazing course called How to Bulletproof Your Immune System. And there's 21 different lessons, and I want to give you this course for free. And the problem I have with giving it free is sometimes people don't value it as much, but I want to get it out there. So I'm just going to give it to you free. And I want to let you know that it's extremely, extremely valuable. Right now, we're in a situation of uncertainty. They're talking about a second wave. And other people are waiting for this miracle vaccine that may be safe. Who knows? It's all unknown. So what is the big elephant in the room? No one is talking about the immune system. They're not emphasizing the most important thing that you can do to bulletproof yourself against viruses and bacteria. So this course is going to lay out things in 21 different lessons. I'm going to teach you very simply what your immune system is and exactly what you can do to strengthen it using natural things. There are 3 requirements. Number 1, I want you to share it very, very widely. Can you imagine if thousands of people had this information to protect themselves? But not only that, getting rid of the fear factor, which I believe is worse than the virus. I mean, when you think about it, it's very similar to someone being bullied in school. As soon as they learn self-defense, they're going to be less adversely affected by these bullies. So why not give you the information on your immune system so you know what to do to protect yourself? You see a lot of people that are scared. I see them when I exercise, like in the park. They're wearing a mask while they're exercising or walking by themselves. Or in a car, they're wearing a mask and a shield. So please share this course with everyone you know. If you want to help someone, this is the best way to help them, to give them the knowledge of how to strengthen their immune system. We want this to go viral in a healthy way. All right, number 2, be active on your course and actually complete the course, okay? Take your time, really learn the information. There's questions that you're going to have to answer, but stick with it. And number 3, send me your success when you complete the course. And sometimes when I talk to people, they end the conversation with, be safe. And I thought to myself, what does that mean, be safe? Well, wear the mask and also avoid getting too close to people, right? Well, that's cool, but what about strengthening the immune system? That way you could be not just safe, but you could be very, very smart, because the missing link is a strong immune system. That gives you the ultimate protection. I really believe that the best thing that we can do, both you and I, to help people is to spread this out and get everyone to know this information. And here's what I came up with. For the top 3 people that share this course with the most people, I'm going to give them a 1-hour, one-on-one video consult with Dr. Berg, myself. And we can talk about anything, or your health, or whatever. And then for the top 100 people that share this course, I'm going to give this group video access to a very special webinar that's going to be live on a topic that I can't necessarily do in a YouTube video because it'll be taken down, but just realize it's going to be some very powerful information that you're going to learn that's going to really help you and people around you. Sorry to give you that mystery, but unfortunately, social media is filtering out certain topics right now. And the top 100 will also get access to my virtual Keto Summit at the end of August. Last point, to get access to this information, you have to have Messenger. Now, some of you don't use Messenger, and unfortunately, everything is set up on Messenger. So I would recommend signing up on Messenger, and if you don't want to continue to use it after the course, just opt out. I think you're really going to enjoy this course. I put a lot of time into it. The information is down below, and spread the word.